evening. You're watching The Burning Question and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. Ladies and gentlemen, the Congress party has an absolutely simple choice in the state of Rajasthan. Either they fire Sachin Pilot right away or they decide and they announce that he's got to be their chief minister face come the big elections in the state of Rajasthan this December. Or else, what can happen? Or else what can happen is that they could actually see the similar scenes unfolding like they saw in the state of Punjab that happened last year. Now, Sachin Pilot versus Ashok Gehlot is a story and it's a fight that you have seen actually brewing for the last many years, at least 3 years to be precise. But what has the Congress done for that? Actually nothing. For the last many months, all their eyes were focused on the state of Karnataka. Now, what do the states of Karnataka, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan today have in common? Yes, they all have a Congress government. But what is also very important and common to all these states is the internal rebellion. You have a DK Shiv Kumar versus a Siddaramaiah that actually, remember, was put a lid on for some time now. But even as the chief minister's tussle continues in the state of Karnataka, what's been happening in Chhattisgarh is also just an open secret. The sitting chief minister versus T.S. Singh Deo. Again, they said they both were promised the chief minister's chair on a rotational basis. But did that happen? The answer again is no. And almost a similar story that has been unfolding in the state of Rajasthan. Now, the scenes that we saw earlier in Jaipur today, they should be a clear warning to the Congress. They won Karnataka, but could they end up losing the state of Rajasthan? That's going to be voting at the end of this year in the month of December. Or the Congress has a plan. Will they actually decide and tell us, is it going to be Sachin Pilot or Ashok Gehlot? Because Sachin Pilot says, I have run out of patience. He says, I'm giving Ashok Gehlot exactly 15 days. He's been on a Padyatra, he's been on an hunger fast. He, remember, now has said this is an open ultimatum, an open dare to Ashok Gehlot. But will he act? Will the Congress High Command act? That's the story that we deep dive into in just a moment. Also, we are keeping our force focused on what's been happening in Karnataka. So let's bring up all the action and then the debate.
Rajasthan is going to polls this December. And this is the biggest challenge for the incumbent government. Rebellion within the party that is only growing from dharnas.
Whatever action has to be taken by the government of Rajasthan. So that's why I'm requesting the government. Party really can't do much. It's the government that has to do something. I made my points in writing for the last year and a half. It's up to the government to take action, and I hope they will listen to what I and the people have to say.
To Padyatras, Pilot ended his 125-kilometer Padyatra with an ultimatum.
इस महीने के आखिर तक ये तीनों मांगे नौजवानों के हित में और भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ अगर नहीं मानी गई तो पूरे प्रदेश में मैं आंदोलन करूंगा आप लोगों के साथ.
Pilot supporters are taking on the Gehlot government.
हमारा नेता सचिन पायलट साहब है. नहीं नेता क्यों चाहिए सचिन पायलट की तरह? क्योंकि वो भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ और जनता की आवाज उठाना चाहते हैं. भ्रष्टाचार के आगे रख कर देंगे और हम जिंदा रहेंगे. और हमारे वो पायलट चाले के लिए वोट देते गहलोत सरकार को. आज भ्रष्टाचार के लिए हम पैदल चल रहे हैं.
Pilot has thrown another spanner in the works for his party. The Vadra Congress is already struggling to soothe nerves in an internal rivalry over the chief minister pick for Karnataka. Will it impact the Congress before the crucial Rajasthan election? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So something very interesting is already happening in the state of Rajasthan. Is this the BJP's liking how the entire story is unfolding, or the Congress really has a good headache at its hands? Let's say good evening to our panel of guests joining us on this edition of the news. We have Sumit Godara, who's a BJP MLA with us. Sandeep Ghosh is expected to join us in just a moment. Ashutosh Mishra is a senior journalist. Also, he leans towards the Congress. Kapil Madan is also an advocate and political analyst. And let's begin with asking Kapil, what does he believe possibly could happen in the next few weeks to the next few months? You know, Kapil, Pilot versus Gehlot has been a conversation, it's been a reality for the last many years. Why is it that the Congress High Command has not addressed that situation to the extent that today Sachin Pilot has virtually given a dare, an open dare, to the sitting Chief Minister of the Congress?
Well, let me say this in no explicit terms that any political party, any organization, you have contrary views, be it BJP, be it Congress, and if you look at the BJP's Rajasthan unit, I mean, it is apparent there are news report that clearly suggests that there are two camps, Mrs. Raje and Mrs. Gehlot. They are there is a extreme infighting. So you have dissent, you have camps within a political affiliation. There cannot be any doubt about it. Now, insofar as this yatra and the movement initiated by Mr. Sachin Pilot, while to my understanding, if some leader has an issue, what is the reason? What is the core issue? His core issue is the point that he's trying to raise is that he's seeking action against Vasundhara Raje for her alleged involvement in serious corruption matters. To my understanding, had it been Mr. Sachin Pilot is little misdirected in seeking an accountability from the Rajasthan government, because it is the central agencies that needs to act. It is the CBI that needs to act. It is the enforcement directorate that investigates the money laundering cases.
I think this is a problem that you face with most political party representatives. You ask the BJP an uncomfortable question, they'll start talking about the Congress. You ask the Congress, a question that makes them really edgy, and they will start talking of the BJP. The BJP is a divided house in the state of Rajasthan, accept it. Like the BJP was a divided house in the state of Karnataka, but the Congress capitalized on this. I today want to know, why is there no working relationship then between an Ashok Gehlot and a Sachin Pilot? To the extent that Sachin Pilot is not anyone. Have you seen a show of strength in Jaipur today? Did you hear what he said, Kapil?
Well,
why don't you fire him?
That there is no
He's been trying to again and again say that the Congress is not acting on charges of corruption. I just want to know, why is the Congress then not firing him? Throw him out of the party. Madam, you want to create a rift. You want to suggest the viewers which is not which is not happened and which is not likely to happen. You have a situation where there is a dissent. Yes, I agree with you. There is a dissent, and this will be worked out. To suggest that now it is for the Republic TV to suggest that what could be the action, whether there would be any rift, whether it will be resolved, or whether someone would leave the party, or what will happen. So you may have your own, you may create different kind of version and stories, and may float it to the audience, but that is not the case. A fact remains that during the Bharat Jodo Kapil
Yatra,
Madan, media
Pilot,
bashing is a favorite exercise of politicians.
I'm not.
Like I said, you ask them uncomfortable questions. Media bashing comes so easily to all of you. Are you looking at these images on our screens? Are you saying that this is all the BJP crowd there? The BJP brought these crowds to Sachin Pilot's entire yatra. Are you saying that was all fake and there are no supporters with Sachin Pilot? In that sense, it'll be all the more easier to sack him, Sandeep, isn't that? Why is the Congress right now not able to take a decision vis-a-vis Sachin Pilot? Sandeep. Sandeep, I think you'll have to unmute yourself so that we can hear you.
Sorry. Obviously Congress has gotten a bind there.
Yes.
Sachin Pilot is important to the party, and he has his supporters or patrons at the party, due to which they can't take a hard decision. In any case, they had to wait for what's happening in Karnataka and how it unfolds. But thereafter, what do they do? Because even if they were to work out a truce, you see, 1 year down the line, you will get into another problem, because at that point in time, when they're looking for candidates for the election, there will be again the same tussle. Sachin Pilot would like to get his people in, Ashok Gehlot his people, and then you'll get into a rift. So those things are going to continue. Unless they are able to find some other solution, give Sachin Pilot some other carrot, which he takes and moves out of Rajasthan, he kind of, they give him a face saver by announcing some kind of investigation against Vasundhara. They really don't have an answer because they cannot do without Ashok Gehlot at this stage for a multiple reason. Ashok Gehlot is strong, as they have seen in the case of Karnataka. You need a strong person to deliver the results for you. He has the ability to, mobilize resources in every single way. Sachin Pilot, I don't think, contrary to whatever, in your Delhi circuit, the media might think of him, Sachin Pilot is, compared to Ashok Gehlot, still a lightweight in the state. So, Congress,
Okay, I think
is a problem of their own creation. So they have to do something about it. And I don't personally think
absolutely,
that Sachin
but
Pilot
why is the Congress waiting and watching, Sandeep, for the situation to unfold? Now, many would say what they did in the state of Karnataka was really smart. They actually, got a lid over this entire feud between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. They waited for the Congress to win an election, and now, yes, they are facing that entire, issue of who's going to be the chief minister. We're waiting for Sumit Godara of the BJP to join us in just a moment because it's important, remember, to hear what the BJP also has to say. And what Kapil said earlier is equally important, that the BJP is an equally divided house in Rajasthan. Will they go with Vasundhara Raje? Again, no one knows. But Ashutosh, like I said, the Congress has a very simple choice. They could have acted on Sachin Pilot. They haven't done that. Does this mean that the Congress is waiting and watching? They want Sachin Pilot to move out, from the Congress on his own volition so that actually they can say that he is a traitor, he's a gaddar, a word and a phrase that was used by Ashok Gehlot himself, Ashutosh. Do you believe that Sachin Pilot is a gaddar? Sitting in the Congress party, he's abusing the Congress party day in and day out.
So obviously Sachin Pilot has become reckless and impatient for power. I mean, Sachin Pilot's yatra seems more like a suicidal rant of "Hum to doobenge sanam, tumko bhi le doobenge." At a time when he should have been speaking about the various
तो कांग्रेस क्यों डूबने दे रही है ना आशुतोष? सवाल तो वही है कि कांग्रेस को ही डुबाना चाहती है राजस्थान में.
So
why is the Congress not acting? Why can't the Congress get rid of Sachin Pilot?
So because Pilot is exposing himself. He is talking about corruption charges against Vasundhara Raje. Why is he not talking about corruption charges against a central minister of BJP who is said to have played a role in his previous rebellion? Why is he silent on that? He should have been talking about the various welfare. If he was a Congress well-wisher, he should have been talking about the various social welfare schemes taken by Gehlot, which is making Gehlot very popular in Rajasthan. That is the problem. Pilot is helping BJP actually in two ways. First, by giving it a handle against the Congress party.
If you can see that Sachin Pilot is helping the BJP, I today only want to know why is the Congress letting this play out the way it is playing out? Does the Congress gain from this? I'm still waiting for the BJP representative to join us because these are very important questions. But Sandeep, do you want to respond to this? If Ashutosh, you, me, everyone can see that this is a situation playing out to the advantage perhaps of the BJP, why is the Congress not acting unless the Congress also has a plan?
Congress may not have a plan. They're hoping to diffuse it. I think Sachin Pilot has got his own, patrons or mentor within the organization, and there are power blocks at the Congress High Command as well, from where he's getting some support. But I think in some ways Sachin Pilot is dispensable for the Congress. But it is more for their PR sensitivities, their other fallouts and intra-party issues. They are not taking a hard stand. But personally, I would tend to agree with Ashutosh that Sachin Pilot seems to be pushing things a bit too far, and he really doesn't have, where can he go? Joining the BJP I don't think is an option for him, anything will really happen there. So I think he's pushing the envelope further, but at the same time, he doesn't have the gumption to actually take a hard line. He takes
Very
two steps
interesting,
forward.
Sandeep. I think, the very fact that Sachin Pilot today is running with the hare, hunting with the hound, I think is a good narrative, because a lot of people say that, Ashutosh, before I come back to you, I'm told that Sumit Godara, the BJP MLA from Rajasthan, is also joining us right now. Sumit ji, namaste. Aap hame sun pa rahe hain, sir?
Absolutely, ma'am. Yes, carry on. I am able to. Well, first of all, I'm sorry.
So can you tell me why you propping up a Sachin Pilot? The Congress says that all the crowd that we saw today accompanying Sachin Pilot in Jaipur were actually all BJP supporters. The BJP is creating this situation. Why are you doing this?
Well, the irony has been what the people of Rajasthan have gone through. In last 4.5 years, the Rajasthan has seen the most corrupt government in the history of Rajasthan. You have Congress MLAs blaming the CM. We have Bharat Singh, MLA of Congress, former minister, who's openly blaming CM for protecting those corrupt people. The regime which in Rajasthan, which is, you see, every MLA, every minister, they are running their own governments, semi-governments, their own districts, of our own constituency. And we haven't seen such scenario in Rajasthan. And these two leaders are fighting for themselves for what? They are keeping their people happy. Pilot is saying, but he himself has got...
No, Sumit ji, see, the time, sir, is limited, and I have to ask you this question. The Congress is a divided house. Ashok Gehlot versus Sachin Pilot is a situation that's playing out, and that clearly is advantage the BJP, provided the BJP was a united house. The problem is, much like the state of Karnataka, much like a lot of other states, including, Chhattisgarh, including Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan mein infighting has been there forever, for the longest time. Can you tell me that who really is your chief minister face going ahead for the elections?
Absolutely. This is absolutely wrong projection what you are doing. BJP in Rajasthan has been united. We got 25 MPs. Then we have state president, new Satish Punia, who was there for 3 years. Now we have new state president, twice MP from Chittorgarh. There has never been any disillusionment in party. This is projection by media that we have many leaders. That is the beauty of BJP.
What about Vasundhara Raje?
That's not like Congress.
Sumit ji, that is the beauty of democracy. When there is infighting that you cannot address, that becomes the beauty of democracy. What about Vasundhara Raje? Is she going to be your face? Is she going to be your face versus an Ashok Gehlot or a Sachin Pilot in the December elections?
We have always said this, our party at highest pay has said this, that will be fighting Rajasthan election on the face of Honorable Prime Minister Sahab on his policies. What the people of Rajasthan have felt, we go on.
That's exactly the mistake. That's exactly the mistake Sandeep and Ashutosh, the BJP, made in Karnataka. They had a divided house and they thought they could win that election on the face of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has done a lot of heavy lifting, Sumit ji, also in Karnataka. But आपने results देखे हैं, Sumit, आपने देखा है ना? So you cannot just bank on the Prime Minister and say that the Congress is divided, the BJP is divided. How will that story play out? Sumit ji, aren't you worried?
Karnataka has the history of repeating government changing every 5 years. So you can't see the scenario same. And which government was there in Karnataka?
But the BJP has a practice of creating its own record.
Yes, we are going to create, and mark my words, we are going to get 170 to 180 seats in Rajasthan in December.
Where will you create a record? In Rajasthan?
Yes, 170 to 180 seats, and mark my words, record it and see it when December when elections comes. If we go below 175, you tell me that what I said 6 months back. You remember these lines. And Honorable Prime Minister said, Rajasthan is getting ready to welcome Prime Minister Sahab. He is coming to Rajasthan, and we are going to create a new record in Rajasthan. And the foremost reason is the disillusionment of people with this corrupt regime under Ashok.
Ashutosh is countering you. Ashutosh, they say they at least have the Prime Minister, they will sail through. What will the Congress do? In DK Shiv Kumar and in Siddaramaiah, at least that fight did not come out in the open. But how will the Congress deal with this? The Congress can't assume that because they won the state of Karnataka, they will win Rajasthan.
So the answer is very simple. First of all, as far as BJP is concerned, Perhaps Mr. Godara is not listening to what Pilot is talking about. He is talking about corruption in BJP. Vasundhara Raje is not talking about Gehlot being corrupt. And who can forget? Last time there were all these slogans.
But Gehlot and Vasundhara Raje are good friends.
And Modi
Ashutosh, don't forget that Vasundhara Raje and Ashok Gehlot are good friends. You've seen the bonhomie of late.
Yeah.
You've seen and heard what Ashok Gehlot had to say about Vasundhara Raje. So like they say, na sab mile hue hain, Ashutosh.
No, and you keep asking why does not Congress take actions against Sachin Pilot? That is because Sachin Pilot is digging his own grave, both in the party and public. He's getting exposed. Instead of strengthening Congress,
Sachin Pilot is digging his own grave. Kapil, do you agree with that assessment? Sachin Pilot is digging his own grave. Sachin Pilot is provoking the Congress High Command, but the Congress is not acting against him. Is there truth in that entire analogy?
I do not agree with the statement and the word used by the other panelist here. Every leader in a party has, has freedom to make his own views. He could have a different set of, issues that he would want to, highlight and, work upon. And Mr. Pilot is just doing that. Of course, yes, optically it hurts the party. It is better for any political party that, even if there is any dissent, that should be decided, worked out inside the room within the party, and there should not be any public display. To that extent, I agree. This could, create some problem.
Okay.
But if you look at the, the real issues highlighted by, Mr. Pilot, these are essentially the issues of corruption, which exposes the BJP. My friend here from the BJP, he
so why is Ashok Gehlot? No, see, listen, Kapil, one would say that Sachin Pilot wants action against Vasundhara Raje for quote-unquote alleged corruption. Why is Ashok Gehlot not acting against Vasundhara Raje? Can you tell me that? It's the Congress government in Rajasthan.
Now, let me give you a very clear and a very explicit answer that for the offences of money laundering, etc., it is the enforcement directorate that takes the action. It is only the enforcement directorate that is competent to take any action. And therefore, in my opening remarks, I said perhaps Mr. Sachin Pilot's agitation is misdirected. I mean, he is raising an issue of corruption, against the BJP
this is not about corruption, Kapil Madan. This is not about corruption. It's not about Vasundhara Raje. This is about Sachin Pilot and power. Please believe that. Please accept the truth. So I want to go quickly to Sumitji. Then I'll give the last word to Sandeep. We are running out of time, but gentlemen, only 30 seconds to both of you each. Sumitji, मुझे बताइए ना. Will you get Sachin Pilot in the BJP fold? Are the doors of the BJP open for Sachin Pilot?
Well, what presently happening is Rajasthan is both these leaders are scoring their brownie points against each other. Ashok Gehlot against Pilot and Pilot against Ashok Gehlot, and we people of Rajasthan are suffering.
That we know. Can Sachin Pilot welcome to join the BJP?
Well, at present I don't think any scenario is like that. BJP is going to come with thumping majority in Rajasthan. It's going to cross 175 seats. So, well, the scenario is quite clear.
You said exactly the same thing in Karnataka. Now, that's a question that can come back to haunt you, Sumitji. You're not responding clearly. You might not be in a position to respond to that question. But Sandeep, how do you see this entire story, this entire pattern playing out, right from Karnataka to a state like Rajasthan, to perhaps even a state like Chhattisgarh, where a Bhupesh Baghel is so much stronger than a T.S. Singhdeo, but they again had the same problem. That the Congress High Command promised them a rotational chief minister position, but that never happened, Sandeep.
A rotational chief minister never happens anywhere, whether it's between two parties or within the same party. That's a different story. First of all, I'd like to correct Kapil. If Gehlot wants, he can always invoke CBI. He can. Nothing prevents the state government from asking CBI's help to do any investigation. That can be done. But the funniest thing which is happening, or most interesting thing which is happening here, Deepti, Sachin Pilot is sort of killing two birds at one stone. He is, hurling these corruption charges against Vasundhara. So that will put a liability against Vasundhara when she is been considered as the chief ministerial candidate by BJP. BJP might still say at that juncture there is so much of acquisition against her. If we make her the CM candidate, we have a problem there. So that could become an excuse. And here he is also embarrassing Ashok Gehlot. And so I don't know at whose bidding he is doing it, but it could end up achieving this kind of a double, target. I think Ashutosh wants to say something.
All right, very interesting, very interesting. No one knows whose bidding is Sachin Pilot doing. Is the BJP behind all this? The BJP has its own headache. They don't know whether it's a divided house. Ashutosh, we've completely run out of time. Apologies, but I promise, here on the channel, we'll have a number of these debates. Ashutosh, this is just the beginning. Sachin Pilot has given an ultimatum for the next 15 days. We'll have these conversations and these debates only for what of time. I thank all of you gentlemen right now for connecting with us and speaking to us. Heading into a quick break. Back on the other side with lots more.